Hello YouTube, this is the one here to stay. This is my first video, well, sharing my thoughts, so you have to bear with me. I'm not really an articulate person, I'm just Joe Average with a point of view, just here to share my thoughts. There was a little program that I watched on BBC that I thought to just discuss here. First of all, let's have a brief look at what was said.
5 or 10 years having a baby without a biological father may well be possible for any woman who wants it, thanks to genetic engineering and some stem cells. Now, this is the question: should children be created without fathers? Arati Prasad, you've written this fascinating book, Like a Virgin, how science is redesigning rules of sex. So, would this be a good thing?
Children have long been created by their fathers. It's something that's already happening. I mean, there's a new breed or type of women who are called solo parents, as opposed to solo mothers, as opposed to single mothers. Because these are women who are around the time of menopause, who are in good financial circumstance, who don't have partners but have lots of money. And what they're doing is getting sperm donors, egg donors if they've run out of their own, and I guess having what you could call a technological adoption. So they're giving birth to a child without a father. And I think it's really important to differentiate, because a lot of assumptions are made about the negative consequences on children who are created in this way without fathers.
But this idea of every child has a father. But deliberately creating a child without a father, with two mothers, would that be beneficial? Is that a good thing for society?
This is not something everyone's going to use. So a lot of these technologies that you're talking about, generating eggs and sperm from stem cells, have been developed to help the infertile. These are women who have menopause very early in their 20s, young men and women who've had cancer chemotherapy and have their eggs and sperm destroyed. That's not to say that once the technologies are available, other people can't use them too, i.e. lesbian and gay couples. Once it's out there, that will be a possibility. But if a lesbian couple, if you're permitting, if society accepts gay marriage, then why shouldn't they have it?
Which is that they're two X chromosomes, so we're producing only girls. And my concern is about that as well. But it's a very conflicting thing, because the pain is ginormous.
Just confirm that would be the case, Arati, just before Rabbi Laura continues. There would be eradication in these cases of the X chromosome, so there would be
the Y.
The Y chromosome, so there would be girl children.
Unless you use an artificial Y chromosome. I mean, things could be possible.
Artificial Y chromosome?
Yeah, you could create one.
I should take a couple of seconds to just wake up from that sobering little video, but well, I've cut it into little snippets because I don't have the time to go through the whole thing, and besides I do have a life, well, for the time being. Well, anyway, well, again, so as you do, I'm sure. But anyway, the first part of it, which was the introduction, where it was going on, where she was being introduced, and where she was explaining how this actually might be a good thing, I thought, well, maybe it's just another one of these wacky ideas, and I didn't think too much of it until later on in the second piece, where the rabbi lady was brought into our attention that only the XX chromosomes will be brought together, i.e. only women or girl babies can be produced in this. Now that made me think, I mean, did make me wonder. Going through YouTube, and if you type in things like "what is feminism," you come up with lots of MRA videos, which is how I bumped into them, really. And one of the things which has been said, if you look at what feminists, as in for persons who call themselves believers in feminism, state what is the ultimate goal of feminism, and the word comes back as equality. Now, that's the story we all bought before I heard about the MRM, but Now looking at this and looking at different, can I call them hypotheses that MRMs have come up with, this is starting to sound a bit scarily like perhaps MRMs are right. Perhaps feminism is all about female supremacy, i.e. we don't need men at all. If indeed the aim is in future a woman can do the right thing, as dear feminists have told the masses, you don't need a father to start a family. I.e. we've created a scenario where you don't even need a man to insert his member in you. And well, as it has been now said, the feminists believe that even consensual sex is rape, so now that's out of the question. So now you don't even need to have sex, because he has his option of having a child without a man, or an artificial child. Now this would create a scenario where babies would, men wouldn't be killed off per se, but would be phased out, which essentially is the same thing, isn't it? Well, quite scary. But tell you what, I'll break this up into 2 quick parts, and I'll continue in part 2 shortly. In the meanwhile, feel free to put comments. I won't delete anything. I mean, you can post whatever you want. I just, only thing I ask is that even if you decide to insult me, please don't swear, because I might be using that content later. Well, see you soon.